Hola, hola. It's your girl, Erica from America. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles podcast. This podcast is all about helping you stand in who you are. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Start standing as your fully expressed self. As you are, queen, as is, there is no filter needed. You are fucking awesome. And I am here to remind you, I'm a confidence coach, a business mentor, a speaker, an author, and I am obsessed with women standing up, showing up, and creating their confidence. And I cannot wait to dig into today's episode with you. Hello, my love. Welcome to the podcast. Oh my God, it is December. Can you believe this? It is December, okay? The year is about to be over. 2022, it's a wrap. I'm very excited about this year being over because it's been a crazy year. I've talked about it in previous episodes. I feel like we've been sprinting. I feel like burnout has happened throughout the entire year. I should have known this year was going to be crazy. We started off with a car accident on the 5th of January. Someone rear-ended us and smashed into us. And my kids were in the car and it was horrible. And they totaled our car. They were lovely people, but they totaled our car. And I was kind of like, oh shit, 2022. It ain't playing. And some of the most incredible and amazing stuff has happened for us this year, like purchasing a second house, like purchasing or getting a new office, having our own space, winning so many awards. I didn't even share this. I won multiple podcast awards. So high five, multiple award-winning podcast. I won Coach of the Year. That shit meant the world to me. That was amazing. I've just won a bunch of awards. Amazing shit has happened, but also horrible stuff has happened, like my mom getting sick and relapsing and having to facilitate and advocate for her mental health while I live in Australia. She lives over there. Just a lot of stress, basically, this year. And so I'm really happy that 2022 is ending and not happy like it's over, like, oh, this year, because it was a great fucking year. But I'm happy because I feel like we all need a minute. I don't know about you, but like I am exhausted. I'm tired. I said this a few times, I think a couple episodes back, where it was like we were sleeping in lockdown, especially where I live in Melbourne, in lockdown. And then we went from lockdown asleep to sprinting, to running. Like we took off and tried to like sprint this year. And so I think a lot of people that I speak to are feeling the feels. They're like happy the year's going to be over. But also this end of year brings this contemplation of what you did this year. You know, what you created, what you wanted to create, how this year went, some of the choices that we made, the relationships that we built, the things that started, the things that ended, the things that didn't start that should have started, you know, our goals, our vision, our dreams, our money, our career or our business, our families. There's so much that's come up. So I just wanted to acknowledge the fact that this year's been huge, and it's been huge for me. And I'm positive that something massive has happened for you because it's our first year out of COVID. It's our first year out of this pandemic lockdown crazy situation that, I mean, I never lived anything like this in my life. So it's been crazy. And I wanted to do this episode because my beautiful clients in the Sisterhood, my year-long coaching program, have been sharing on our Facebook group, have been sharing with me at events that we've been having, how this time is really stressful. Christmas, holiday. If you don't celebrate Christmas, that's fine. The end of year, you know, the gatherings, the parties, the, you know, work functions, the celebrations, the family gatherings. This is a very hectic time. And so I'm inviting you in this episode to break up with any of the old holiday habits that no longer serve you. Any of the old shit that you used to do or your family does that you yourself do not want to do anymore, that you are not co-signing, that you are not signing up for, that you are not saying, yep, I want to do this. You're actually consciously choosing what you are going to do through this holiday period. You are consciously going to choose who you hang out with. You are consciously going to choose what you put in your mouth, what you drink, who you chill with, what you spend your money on, what you spend your time and your energy on. That's where it's at. And I'm going to share a little story because Hamish and I never do different shit for Christmas. We celebrate Christmas. We are not religious people. I feel like I'm a spiritual person, but we're not like religious. We don't go to church. We don't have that in our lives. Hamish's family is religious. My mom is religious, but we just choose not to. However, we still celebrate Christmas. It's something that we celebrate in our family. And we bring in the tradition from Puerto Rico, which is Noche Buena, which means good night. And it's the 24th of December. The 24th of December is our big party day. Like it's where we celebrate as Puerto Rican people. We eat beautiful food. We listen to music. We open presents at midnight. The party of Christmas for us in our tradition is really on the 24th. And on the 25th, you don't really do anything. In Australia, it's kind of different. Here, they don't really do much on the 24th. I think people are like cramming gift shopping, like last minute gift shopping. And then the 25th is a really big thing here in Australia. They have like Christmas lunch and seafood because it's hot. It's so weird. It's summer here. I've been here for 12 years. I'm not used to that. But anyway, it's cool. So that's what usually happens. So for us on the 24th, it's like getting all the food, cooking all the Puerto Rican food, making the coquito, which is like this coconut eggnog that we make in Puerto Rico. It's amazing with Bacardi rum. And it's this beautiful tradition. It's also my husband's mother's birthday. So we have a big birthday bash for her on the same night. So it's awesome. We always do the same shit. We buy too much food, cook too much. I don't know about you. Let me know. We cook too much. We have a big ass party. Not a lot of people come. It's okay. It's not that fun. And as you get older, it's less fun. I felt like when I was in my teens, Christmas was so fun. And now it's like boring. It's not as fun. So we were chatting and this year I was like, babe, this is our first Christmas out of this whole COVID shit, out of the whole pandemic. What if we just did something different? What do we want to do? And it got us asking the question of what do we want to do this year? Instead of, oh, we're going to do what we always do and assuming that that's okay. Assuming that things will always be how they were. And it's not. After those 2 years of a pandemic, nothing is the same. We ain't going back to how it was. And so if we're burning everything to the ground and changing everything, and things are going to be new, we get to choose how we want to spend our holidays. We get to choose what we want to do, actively choose what we want to do. So as a family, we sat down and Hamish's parents are amazing. I freaking love them. They are the best people in the world and they love a good party. Hamish's brother, my brother-in-law, Matthew, lives in Bangkok. He loves a good party. So we're just like a party rocking family. We love it. We love celebrating. We love dancing and chatting and it's awesome. And so we were like, let's go away for Christmas. And let me tell you, we never do this, but we're like, who cares? Let's not fucking cook. Let's not clean. Let's not buy a shitload of presents, too much shit for our kids, plastic that they don't need. Let's get on a plane and fly somewhere else, stay at a hotel, get a beautiful lunch at a venue and like have an amazing Christmas that we don't have to do shit. Just pay, rock up and leave. And so I'm proud to say that's what we are doing this year. And I say that because I want you to start thinking about what are the things that you always, air quotes, just do because you think you should do it, because your family's been doing it, because it's Christmas and that's what you're meant to do, or because it's the holidays. And in the holidays, this is what you do. You always go to your uncle's house, even though you can't stand him. You always do this lunch with your cousins, even though all they do is fucking gossip and talk shit. You always go to your work function because if you don't go, what are people going to think? Right? You always go visit your in-laws and your parents so that no one thinks that you care more about this family. That's fucking exhausting. I'm not even doing that shit and thinking about it makes me tired. Like, I can't imagine. I remember when I was little, my boyfriend's family would drive across the town and split Christmas so that one family didn't talk shit about the other family. And they would be driving around the entire Christmas, just driving in their car. ¿Pa qué? What are you doing that for? That's exhausting. So I want you to ask yourself, what are the habits around the holidays that you can end? You get to say, nope, I'm not doing that shit anymore. I did a podcast called Christmas Boundaries, I think, like 3 years ago when I first launched my podcast. And if you haven't listened to it, listen to that as well. And it's a bit of that. It's a bit of boundaries, but it's also now choosing, actively choosing. Yes, I'm going to do that. No, I don't want to do that. Yes, that's good for me. No, that's good for you. And that's not good for me. And now I have my own family, or now I have my own shit that I want to do, and I get to create it. And I'm telling you right now, I never would have thought that I wouldn't be home for the holidays in my house with my Christmas tree, with the gifts with my kids. Like, one of the topics that we brought up was like, oh shit, if the kids believe in Santa and they wake up and we're in a hotel and there's no presents and there's no tree, what do we say to the kids? And I'm like, we're going to have to figure that out. We're going to have to get creative, make up some stories. We're going to have to get creative and be like, yo, Santa Claus can't come here. There's no chimney. So he stopped at your house. So when you get back home in January, you're going to have your Christmas presents. I don't know, but we're going to make something up, okay? Because we want to do something different. We want to enjoy the experience. And I don't know how much longer I have with my in-laws. You know, I don't know how much longer I have. Forget about it. The old age. We don't know how long we have. And so fuck doing shit that you think you should do because somebody expects you to do it, or because your family does it, or because that's what you should, air quotes, do. I ain't doing that. No way. What I learned in those 2 years was that everything was taken away. It was horrible. Now that we can choose, we get to recreate. So we're going to go do that for Christmas. And then we're going to get on an airplane and we're going to go to Bangkok to visit my brother-in-law in Thailand. And we're going to do that for New Year. And I'm like, amazing. We haven't had a holiday all year. We've been working our asses off. Our kids haven't had a break. And we're going to get to go sit in the sun for the next 3-4 weeks on this break because we're actively choosing that that's what we want to do. Maybe you can't get on an airplane, but maybe you could choose to not host Christmas lunch. Maybe you could choose to do something else. Maybe you could choose to do the opposite of what you always do every year, the mundane bullshit. Maybe you eat really bad food when Christmas comes and you give yourself that pass of like, oh, it's just the holiday season, so I'm gonna binge drink. Maybe you don't got to do that. Maybe you go, you know what? That shit is not good for me because I start the new year drunk, swollen, hungover, inflamed, with fucking hangover. And you know when you drink too much and your face is inflamed? You see people that drink red wine a lot, like they're swollen in the face. That shit is not good for you. Maybe you're like, I don't want to do that. Maybe my new habit is going to be not getting drunk on New Year's Eve. Maybe my new habit is not going to be spending $5,000 on gifts to prove my kids that I love them. And they don't give a fuck about that. They actually want me to sit down next to them and look at them in the eyes and say, hey, how are you? And spend quality time. I don't know. Only you know what the habits that you've been doing that are unhealthy are. But this is an opportunity this year in particular, because it's the first year after the pandemic where we get to choose what we want to do. We get to rewrite. One of my girlfriends, shout out to her, she's going to Puerto Rico for like a month by herself. She's going on her own little retreat by herself. That's what she's doing. People are like, oh, you're going to be at Christmas alone? I'm sure she won't be alone. I'm sure there's other people there where she finds herself. She's going to connect with people because she doesn't know anyone. She's going on her own. These are the things that push us and stretch us out of our comfort zone. And these are the things that are going to support us to create new habits that are going to help us create what we want in our lives. And so it's like, yo, you get to choose. So I want you to just think about in this episode, what are some of the things that you always do because you've always done them? What are some of the things that piss you off when it comes to December, January holiday season? What are some of the things that you say yes to where you're really like, I don't want to go to that. I don't want to go. Don't go. What would happen if you didn't go? So what would happen if you said no? What would happen if you said, I'm not doing that? What would happen if you got to create your own choices? How would it impact and change you? And I think it's very important the way you complete a year. I think it's very important the way you end a year. I think it's very important to actively choose how you want your holidays to be, to actively choose who you want to hang out with, what you want to eat, what you want to do. Like, if anything, what we do have is choice. And just because that's what your family does, or just because that's what Puerto Rican people do, or Greek people do, or Sri Lankan people do, or Australian people do, it doesn't mean you have to do that. And if ever there was a time to choose, it's right now. And if you're choosing how to end a year, imagine how powerful it's going to be to create at the beginning of a new year. Yo, that's huge. And so I just want to give you a little nudge, a little push that you don't have to go to that dinner you don't want to go to. You don't have to speak to your auntie who is fucking negative and talk shit. You don't have to answer to no one. You don't have to put yourself in those positions, even if you're like, oh, but you don't understand, my grandma's really old and this might be my last Christmas with her. Fantastic. Think of a better way to do it. You don't have to go to the family dinner where you got that creepy uncle or that cousin who's a bitch. You could spend time with your grandma by yourself. Maybe make a time with her. You don't have to fall into the trap that you always do because that's all there is. I hope that you understand by now that everything we had was taken away. All the options were taken away. I mean, especially for me in Australia, like we were locked down. We couldn't do shit. We couldn't go anywhere. And now I have so much free will and so much choice. I'm like, hell no, I'm not I have zero capacity to do shit that I don't want to do with people I don't want to do it with. That sounds fucked up, but I'm like, I'm either getting old, hitting my 40s, or I'm just like, I don't know what it is, but I'm like, I am not putting myself in positions I don't want to be in. I'm not going to be places where it's uncomfortable for me in a negative way. Like, I'm happy to get uncomfortable. But if it's going to be in a negative way, I can't be fucked. I'm not doing any of that shit. We work too hard. We're too active in our choices to be actually putting ourselves in positions with people that we don't want to be sitting across from, doing shit we don't want to do. So here's your permission slip. Merry Christmas, ho, ho, ho. Do your thing. Don't worry about pissing anybody off. You're going to piss them off anyway. I would rather you have a beautiful time with yourself and the people you choose to be with than to be stuck at some house across the fucking table from some family member who you knew you were like, damn, I shouldn't have come. I should have said no. Feel into that gut intention. Okay, I'm going to leave you with this. Feel into your gut intention. Your gut stands for give up thinking. Thank you, Wayne Dyer. Give up thinking. That's what the gut is. Don't use your mind. Feel it in. Should I go to this? I don't know if I want to hang out with those women. I don't know if I want to go to that thing. Feel into it. Or for some of you, it's like, I don't want to go. But you know you should go because it's good for you to be around these people. So I'm acting like people don't want to go to things, but sometimes the sabotage is staying home by yourself. When you know you're single, but you want to mingle, but that requires you fucking mingling and getting out of your house. You know what I'm saying? I got some of my single friends out there that are like, yeah, I want to find love, but they don't do shit to find love. So maybe for you, it's the opposite. Maybe for you, it's saying yes more around this holiday season. Maybe it's saying, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to come. Yeah, I'm going to go. Yeah, I will wear that. Yeah, I'm going to come to this thing. I'm going to give it a try because you've been home by yourself, not doing that, not putting yourself out there. Whatever it is for you, I'm just inviting you to do the opposite of what you normally do. I'm inviting you and giving you a little permission kick in the booty to let you know that you don't have to do what you've always done. And that the holiday season is a perfect fucking time to be triggered and pushed, and all the things happen in the holiday season. Family members, food, alcohol, going out, socializing, human beings. Human beings can be difficult, yo. Hard work. After the pandemic, I'm like, man, humans are hard. You know, I can see why people are introverted. So just choose, actively choose. What are the habits that you are happy to break up with in this holiday season? What are the habits that you like, every year we do this? I don't need to do this. I don't need to do this shit. And I want to do this instead. Make a list of that. Actually think about it. Because before you know it, you're getting invited to all the parties, all the family shit. They're asking you to cook. They're expecting you to host. All that stuff will happen. So get prepared for it. You got a whole month ahead of you. How many more days? Like 20 days, okay? Till the Christmas or whatever the holidays you celebrate hit, you have some time, but get your head around it. Start thinking about what's going to be good for you. At the end of the day, it has to be good for you. Nobody else. As long as you're good and you're happy and your family unit is good, don't worry about the other shit, okay? I love you. Ho, ho, ho. I will see you next week. Thank you so much for listening. I freaking love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for your ears and your energy and your attention. Thank you for letting me into your world. And thank you so much for listening and tuning in to this podcast. There are so many podcasts you can listen to, and I deeply, deeply, for real, appreciate you listening to mine. Do me one big favor, one big thing. Please share this episode or this podcast with a woman who you know needs to hear this. This is my mission on planet Earth, to serve as many women as possible so that we could show up, stand up, speak up, and create the confidence and the life that we desire. I appreciate you, my love. I will see you on the next episode.